Okay, today I kind of want to do a little gear talk with you. I guess that's what we're going to call it, a gear talk. But I've had Starlink internet for a couple of years now, and I travel with it. And I kind of want to. I'm going to set it up out here in the yard. I'm surrounded by trees out there, so it's not an ideal spot for it. So I'm gonna go set that up and show you the process of what it does to link up and do all those kind of things. And I'll be back in just a minute. All right, this is my router in the back of the van. I'm gonna just go ahead and plug this in. I'm using this AC source right here off my EverStart, just to show you how fast all this stuff happens. That's my dish over there. I'm actually just set up in my yard right here. So what'll happen is the router will talk to the dish, and it'll tell the dish to go find satellites. And as you can see, I'm actually pretty congested right here. There's trees all the way around. I'm actually in an area where I'm not supposed to have service at all. It's a big black area on the Starlink coverage map. And there the dish goes. It's starting to search for satellites. Now this direction up here is north, and the satellites for Starlink are actually in the north. I don't know how many satellites are up there now. I was just reading an article online where they launched 28 more satellites a week or so ago. And the way I understand it, the satellites are actually in a train. So what'll happen is if the dish starts to lose signal on one satellite, it will automatically train into the next one. Sorry for the wind and the dogs. I'm outside. I'm doing this in real time just to show you guys what actually happens, because quite frankly, a lot of the Starlink videos that are out there and reviews, they do a lot of cutaways, so you don't actually see how long this can take. And I kind of want to do it in real time just to see what you're up against. I got this thing. I've had it for probably going on 2 years now, and I'll be honest with you, it's never really failed me. If you open the app on this thing, you can actually see what's going on. It tells you what it's when it's talking to satellites and when it's acquiring signal and all those things. Starlink actually says this process can take 15 minutes. I have never had it take that long. In fact, I used this thing in a state park in New York, and I was completely surrounded by pine trees. And it took about 10 minutes for everything to boot up and me to have satellite signal. Sorry about the shaking, but I'm hand holding. What happens is after you power this thing up, it actually maps all the obstructions all the way around the dish. And there's a feature on the app where you can actually go in and look at all the obstructions and how bad they are and what the coverage is. So right now I have a hunch it's negotiating with this big cedar tree right here. I know this is deciding is watching paint dry, but like I said, I want to do this in real time just so you can see what goes on. I actually want to put this on my tripod, but I know as soon as I turn around to put it on the tripod, it's gonna find its signal. It's talking to all the satellites right now. And finding the strongest signal. Let me see if I can get this actually on here on my tripod. I made the mistake of stepping out from behind my van where the dogs can see me. They've apparently never seen me before. All right, it's looking now. And there you have it. All right, so that's what we've got. I apologize for the dogs. Like I said, they've apparently never seen me before. Like I was telling you, I've had this thing for about 2 years now. The first real good test of it, I ordered Starlink and I couldn't get Starlink home here because, like I said, I'm in the no coverage area. But then they came out a month later with like Starlink RV, I think they called it. and you can get that anywhere because it's made to travel with you. One of the very first things we did with it is we had an event in German Bridge, Kentucky, I believe it was. But we were down in this big bowl. There were mountains all the way around us. The campsite had Wi-Fi, but it was really undependable. It just kept going out. It went out multiple times a day. And there were about 8 of us down there working that event. And some of the class members, the folks, the participants, people that I knew real well. So I ended up giving out my Starlink password to a whole bunch of people. And all in all, we had about 11 people hooked up to this thing. We had guys doing online gaming. My wife was in the van downloading movies and watching them, and streaming stuff and watching it. 2 or 3 of us were watching YouTube videos and stuff between classes and things like that along those lines. Dave was actually doing digital ham radio over my Wi-Fi here, and talking to people in Korea and all kinds of places. And with 11 of us hooked up to it, it never hiccuped, never glitched, never did anything a single time that any of us noticed. Okay, so if it did glitch, it was so fast that nobody knew what was going on. I just kind of wanted to cover my Starlink with you. I like it. It's a great system. I know a lot of people got problems with Elon. I don't. I'll be honest with you. And that's what we got going on here. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Talk to y'all later. See you in the woods. Woo! It's chilly out there. So, there you have it. Starlink Internet, that Starlink RV. They've come up with something that I think they're calling Starlink Mobile now. And it's actually to be affixed to your RV or whatever and be available all the time. I don't have that. Original Starlink was Starlink Home. And then there was Starlink RV, which is what I have right now. And then there, like I said, now there's Starlink Mobile. I will tell you, it's kind of pricey. You have to buy the equipment. Yeah, it's about $600, which gets you the dish, the router, the cable, all that stuff. And Starlink RV is $150 a month. But I use it for work, and I use it for doing stuff while I'm on the road and all those kind of things. So it's actually been worth it for me. So, with all that being said, make your own decisions. Talk to y'all later. Bye.